guys, back again. A week has passed since I tried to get the thru-hull for the transducer in there, but unfortunately the width of the hole is not enough to get the new transducer in. I'm really not sure why there's a difference in size, but so trying to figure out a solution, I found this this drum sander on at Lowe's. It's 1.5 inches, so it's just slightly smaller than the existing hole. I'm gonna chuck it onto my drill and try to gently widen this up enough to get the transducer in. So this will probably take a little bit, but I'm excited. I think this will work. I just have to be really careful to keep the hole pretty round. So here goes. Obviously safety gear is needed, breathing mask or dust mask, and face mask as well. So I expect this to be pretty messy. It's actually going pretty quick. I'm using this tube of 4200, which is actually what I'm going to seal the thru-hull in with. It's pretty close in diameter to the thru-hull, so now it actually slides in pretty easily. I can still feel it catching, so I need to do a little more. Whatever the sealant was on there before, I think they were using a wax toilet ring. That's actually caking up on the wheel here. Alright, I replaced the drum, so back at it. I also took a little bit of tape and wrapped it on the end of this to thicken it up even more to match, get closer to the diameter. So I still have a little ways to go. In there, it pops in. I just have to thicken this up a little bit more. This is pretty spot on now, thickness wise, compared to the transducer. Okay, not much left to go. And that should be it. Okay, so I went inside, vacuumed out the bilge. It wasn't that bad actually. So next step is cleaning this out with acetone, and need to start running that cable through again before I try to put the thru-hull in. So what I'll do there is start feeding it in and then go back inside and pull it up. It's way easier to do it that way. But first, the handy can of acetone. But just wiping this clean with acetone. That drum sander did a great job. It was only about $10. It came with six rolls or 6 sander drums. I ended up using 2 50 grit. It came with assorted, I think 250, 260, and maybe 280, so I still have 4 left, and I could see there's a lot of uses for that tool, so for 10 bucks it was a great investment, regardless if I needed it or not, because I can see having to use it in the future. Clean this little guy out too. I'm a little concerned about the smaller through hull. It really would help if I had a second person here to hold it while I tighten it from inside. But it should be okay. Okay, that's ready to go. I can start feeding the wire in. I kind of loosened up the wire and stretched it out a little bit to make sure there weren't any tangles or anything. I don't know how much this wire can bend. I don't want to kink it. Okay. That'll hopefully stay by the time I get inside and start pulling. Okay, after all that, what I was doing was getting the lock nut, or the nut and the washer down through that 45 feet of wire. Okay, I've had the wire through. Actually, it pulled the piece of tape that I had dangling. I also, inside, what I did was run the nut, the washer and the nut on through the wire. So just in case if this is all good, be able to just scoop it up and slide it on in there. So here goes nothing. And that is a beautiful fit. I'm pretty excited. Ready to go. Uh-oh. I think I have a bad tube. Yep, bad tube. I'll run in the store and buy another one. There's always something. Well, went in the store and instead of buying a whole tube, which will probably end up only being used partially and then going in the freezer and then hardening up anyway, I bought a little guy. This should be plenty for the 2 things I'm doing today. So I ended up getting Life Seal instead of 4200. I went with the recommendation of the store. Alright, I snipped the tip off of this thing. I was just measuring out how far I need to apply the sealant. They recommend, the Transducer instructions recommends putting the sealant all the way up to where the thickness of the hull and the backing plate, and actually even a little further up. So the nut actually gets sealant on there to lock it in place. So what I'm going to do, I'm pushing the wire up, get it mostly out of the way. And just start applying it. probably should have cut this hole a little bit bigger. And I'm getting sealant all over the wire. I think that's good. Boy, I really got it all over the wire. I don't even need to use the tape. I'm going to go inside and tighten things up from in there.
Okay.
Alright, I tightened the living daylights out of this thing from the inside as much as I could. I'm going to wipe off the excess here. And then on to the next through hole. So, I'll do this real quick. I think I have enough on there. I'm taping that up because I think it's going to spin when I put the nut on it. So, and just to help hold it in place, it's not as snug as this one was.
I'm applying some adhesive here, sealant, to help lock the nut in place. This is where it's a really good idea to have a second person underneath to hold this, to keep it from spinning as I tighten the nut. And of course this one is not the right width. I don't know if my arm's blocking the view of the camera. Oh, it's spinning. Crap. Let me see if I can find somebody around the yard. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm turning.
Whoa. Try it again.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
That's feeling pretty good. I'm going to just try to tighten it a tiny bit more.
Okay.
I just have to reposition the wrench. Okay. Oh, no. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, hang on one more second. I'm going to try to tighten it some more. Ready?
Okay.
I don't know if I should give it a little more than that or not.
It's not bubbling out.
Is that bad?
Yeah, so you can try another one.
All right, hang on. Do you have a good grip? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Hold on, repositioning. Okay, here we go.
All right.
I can't tighten it anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I should be wearing gloves. It's now all over me. I guess the tube cracked. All right. I'm putting the cap on by hand. Okay, I'm going to try to tighten the cap. It's not easy. Just a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to try. And I'm going to try a little more. I think that's pretty tight. Okay. One of the guys from the marina came out, helped me get the small bronze thru-hull in, and he held it so it wouldn't spin. So what I'm going to do now is just take off the protective tape I put on to keep the transducer from getting totally covered in goo. So just have to do that very carefully. Just try to find a corner here to peel off. I probably should be wearing gloves to do this, but I won't be able to use my nails. Yeah, that's that one. Gonna do the same thing on this side. Get rid of the tape and everything. This side doesn't need to be as precise or gentle. I didn't want to scratch the surface of the transducer. That's good. She's looking good. I don't think she'll leak.